Hello, all you awesome people out there who want to learn to stitch with me. I'm honored to have you here, and I'm fumbling my way through making some videos for you, of which this is the first one. So, welcome to Embroidery Kit. Thank you so much for supporting my little adventure in helping people realize creativity, realizing that they have creativity inside of them that can help them in so many ways. It's a beautiful activity for being still, being thoughtful. The fact that you can create your own writing in itself is an awesome kind of journey. Yeah, and discovering what words would you like to put on your wall from your heart, or would you like to sew for someone else? So yeah, I'm going to do lots of random videos, probably in no particular order, and hopefully you enjoy watching them. I've got the confetti rainbow watercolor painting kit here, and I'm going to start by showing you how to transfer the letters onto the fabric, because I'm going to start by showing you how to transfer the letters onto the fabric. So yeah, we'll open it up. So look at all the goodies inside. It's got everything you need except for a lead pencil and a pair of scissors. Hopefully you can find them at home, or your kids might have one, or your mum. So yeah, box of goodness. Got the hoop. So first of all, we don't need the hoop right to start with. So we'll find in our goodie box the tracing paper, and there's a piece of lined paper to help you keep the words straight as well. We've got a little roll of all the letters, and we've got a heat erasable pen. So those are the things that you'll need to start your project. We need the fabric so we can put the letters onto it. So we'll pop everything else back in the box for the minute. We take out our design. It will unfortunately get a little bit creased in the box, so if you would like to iron it out, you can. Otherwise, when we stretch it in the hoop, it will also pull out pretty nicely. So I've included lots of different fonts, different size letters. You can also just use your own handwriting if that's something that appeals to you, or you can choose letters from here to trace on. So today I'm going to make my little quote that you see on the box, sprinkle confetti everywhere. We're going to start by taking a lead pencil . We're going to grab our tracing paper and onto the tracing paper, we'll draw around the circle. Good start. So you could stick it down if you wanted to, but we just need a rough guide as to where we're going to put your letters. At this point, it's really okay for it to not be exact. But if that bothers you, if you just put some sticky tape along the edge, it will help to hold it in place perfectly for you. But we just need that rough guide. of where we're going to pop the letters. And then I've included the lined paper because it can be really frustrating to not get the word on there in a straight line. So I've included the lined paper so you don't have to worry about having a ruler or anything like that. You can just pop the paper underneath and think about where you might want your word to be. You can play around having a look at the fonts, how big they are. Maybe I think I'm going to put my first word sprinkle around about here. So if I go back to the lined paper, then I can just draw the line straight across to give me a base to write my word on. Now you could also make crooked lines if you wanted the word to go that way, for example. You could draw the line wherever you want to on your circle. The beauty of the pencil is that you can also erase whatever you need to if you're not happy. So I'm going to use this cursive font for my first word to say sprinkle. And again, the creativity really is yours. So if you want to make the letters your own as well, you can, or you can copy them exactly, or you can use your own handwriting. Really, the options are endless, but I do know that sometimes it helps to have a nice guide. So you can see with these letters, I'm also not tracing the outside of them. I'm kind of making my own just with one straight line, because that's what I want for this design. So you could also trace around the outside if you wanted to have a more 3D kind of letter. But you can see how I'm using the line to place underneath the rest of the letters in the line, and that helps me to get my letters straight. Now I don't want the big loopy curvy part, so I'm just going to do the long edge and that part of the K. Then I do need the L, but I don't want them to be connected. Obviously, if you would like the cursive to be connected, then you would be able to do that using the line as well to connect them straight together. There you go, I've got my first word, sprinkle. And so for my next word, I think I am going to do the outline of the capital version of the same font. So if I take my tracing paper and figure out, I'm going to do the word confetti. So if I want to work out more or less where it will sit on the paper, I can count letters. So obviously confetti has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters. So I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it might be a little bit longer than that. So if I move it a bit further this way. So the letters are roughly if you count different random letters, it will give you an idea of how long the word might be in any certain font. Obviously some letters are wider than others, but I find that's a good good way to get a rough idea. So I figured out that I want it to be about here. So then I'll take my lined paper again. If I want it to be straight, I'll line up the first line, make sure that is straight on a line, and then I know that the next line that I draw is going to be parallel to the first one. Okay, so I'll measure out roughly 8 letters. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll start my word roughly about here. I'm going to start with a C. And I want to do this word in block letters. So I'm going to trace the outside of the font rather than doing one straight line. I'm going to trace the outside. And it might not look like it's very thick. You can see with the C I did make it a little bit thicker. But once you're stitching it, you'll find that even tracing the outside of a thin letter like that is enough for you to be able to stitch with a filler thread and create some really cool effects. Now I think I want to make the back of that F shorter as well. I just love that this can be a guide, and it's up to you however you would like it to look. Hopefully you can also appreciate why it's a good idea to trace it onto the tracing paper first. Using a pencil also means you can erase bits that you're not happy with, or if you do it and you don't really like it and you want to change it, then you don't have to worry about doing all those things on the fabric. You can do all of that on the tracing paper, and then once you're totally happy with it, that's when we'll transfer it to the fabric. Now, I think with this eye, I don't actually want to have the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to pop that guy in as a straight one using the same shape of the letters. And there's my word that I can make some awesome outline. Or I can fill it in with a filling stitch. So now I've just got one more word to go. So I'll find my font, I think. Use this font actually. I wish I was clever enough to remember the names of all the fonts, but alas, I am not. But I do know how to line it up, so here we go again with the third word. I think I want to start it about here. It's going to be a long one everywhere, so we can kind of estimate roughly how long it's going to be. I'll grab my lines. Pop the line in there, and then I can start the letters. Awesome. So now that I've got my word design, I'm ready to transfer it onto the fabric. I think I'm going to put that in a new video just so it's easy for you to find. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being here. I'm excited to journey this with you. I'll catch you soon.